So, lads, today we're going to be talking about the Caitlin Clark stuff, and we're about 40 minutes late to this. And I want to apologize to you guys for slacking. Unfortunately, I have my driving test tomorrow morning, and I have to practice for that. So, yes, make all the jokes you want in the comment section below. Make all the jokes you guys want in the comment section below. Oh, he's 47 years old and can't drive. I don't care. But anyway, let's talk about the whole Caitlin Clark situation.
Excited to get back out there eventually, but yeah.
This is the first time you've been out for an extended period, I think, in your college and pro career.
I love how they say it's the first time you've been out for an extended period. It's been 10 days.
What has that been like mentally for you?
I think it's been different. I think just having good perspective is the best way to approach it. Like, yeah, you can be frustrated and whatnot, but I think the medical team has done a really good job of, doing my rehab every single day, staying in a routine, coming in, getting shots up. But more than anything, I think just focusing on being a really good teammate, being there for my teammates.
One thing I will say is, she's not practiced 5v5 yet. So that is something.
Being a voice for them, because that's what I am when I'm playing. So you got to still be that consistent voice when I'm sitting on the bench. So I try to do that as much as I can for them. And just try to be there for them, I think, has been my focus. And I think that can kind of distract you from not actually playing, is when you just focus on your teammates and, how can I serve them and help them.
Steph has talked about, this being a good opportunity for you to learn from the bench and learn with the coaching staff sitting by them at games. Just what have you learned from that?
Yeah, I think it's a unique perspective, when you're out there playing and actually in the heat of the moment, you don't always realize everything. You don't always see everything. You see things from a different perspective that maybe the coaching staff didn't see. So it's certainly different. So I'm trying to.
I love how she made sure to say, see things from a different perspective the coaching staff didn't see. Yeah,
kind of be that connector between the coaches and then my teammates at the same time, whether, that's in the locker room at halftime, whether that's during timeouts of, things I see from the bench that maybe might be a little bit different of a perspective than maybe our point guard is seeing or, anybody on the floor is seeing. But yeah, I think it's taught me a lot. I've never been in that position before of actually getting to watch from the bench for an extended period of time. So I think you can learn the game of basketball just the same amount. It's the same as you turn on the TV and watch the NBA or you watch other WNBA games. That's the best way to learn basketball. Is just watch and absorb it, and it's the same when I'm not active too.
What are the next steps for you to work your way back? Is there a certain threshold you're looking to reach, a certain time you're going to be reevaluated?
Yeah, I'll be reevaluated this weekend, so I'll miss this weekend's game. But after that, it's, day by day and see how I feel and just kind of turn to the medical staff and what they think. But I feel like I've made a lot of progress and I feel good and, not going to rush coming back. It's just not worth it. But
yeah, if she says not going to rush coming back and she's being reevaluated the weekend, she's not playing that Atlanta Dream game. She is not playing the Atlanta Dream game. If we're going to be honest, she's not playing the Atlanta Dream game.
Yeah, after this weekend, I'll be reevaluated and we'll have a better idea of when I'll return.
Could Tuesday be a possibility? Or?
We'll see. I think, we're trying not to put an exact date out there because it is kind of a day-by-day thing and see how I feel. And, this type of injury, you don't know when I wake up. I'll feel, different than the day before, and we'll see. It could be a possibility, but I could also not be available for that game, too.
Just in life itself, how patient are you?
Not a very patient person, no.
How has this kind of tested that?
Yeah, I think it's an opportunity to grow, right? Just try to approach it in the best way I can. It's certainly weird. I think at times the hardest part is just not being able to be involved in practice. I love practice. Not a ton of people always enjoy coming to practice every single day.
We're talking about practice, not the game, not the injury that's keeping her out of the game. We talking about practice, man. Practice. Not the game. Not a game that she lives and dies for and plays every game like it's her last. We talking about practice, man.
But that's something I really enjoy. I really enjoy coming out here and competing every single day with my teammates. That's probably honestly what I miss most. Obviously, I miss the games. That goes for anybody that's ever hurt. But I love practice. I love getting better. So I think that's just kind of been the time for me to really find some patience. And I've never been a patient person my entire life. So this has definitely tested me a little bit. But I think it's going to be really good for me. And like I said, I've just tried to approach it in the best way I possibly can. I can't change it. And
You know, Caitlin Clark is this, like, I'll use the word workaholic. I mean that in a good way. She's a workaholic when she's missed 10 days and she seems to be losing her mind.
But yeah, I think my patience has definitely grown a lot. And like I said, just trying to grow and learn. And I think I've certainly done that.
Is this an injury that happened during a game or anything? Or is it just something that was lingering that popped up? Or?
It happened in the Liberty game. Yeah.
Happened in the Liberty game. Yeah, I don't believe that. She looked 60% in the Liberty game. She looked no better against the Atlanta Dream. And there's no way it happened in the Liberty game. Unless, like, she looked so much better in the second half of the Liberty game as well. I just don't believe it. I just don't believe it.
Were you able to pinpoint the time in the Liberty game that happened, or you were just?
No, definitely early in the game, but I couldn't tell you the exact play something occurred on, and could have occurred over the course of the game too. And then obviously adrenaline like covers up a lot of stuff when you're in the heat of battle. And
I mean it. If she did only get hurt in the Liberty game and she was not injured in that Dream game, I would strongly question whether or not Caitlin has actually come out looking worse this year. Because let's be honest, like, she didn't look right. She didn't look right for a game and a half coming up to that. Realistically, yeah. She hasn't looked really right all year. Like, the Sky game was the Sky game. They destroyed the Sky. Sky were terrible. But outside the Sky game, she hasn't looked right at all. She didn't look right in preseason. She hasn't looked right at all this year.
after the game, I had some pain, and then got an MRI, and that kind of gave me the result that I didn't want to see. But those type of things don't lie. So yeah.
Just watching the ups and downs that the team's been through the last few weeks. I mean, what have you seen from them, especially as they rally with the coming back there?
Yeah, I think they've been really, really resilient. It's hard when your point guard goes out that controls a lot of the game, and people have kind of had to step into positions that maybe they haven't had, and I think just giving themselves grace. Like, things aren't going to be perfect. We're kind of playing a little bit different than we would probably play if I had the ball in my hands. I thought we played a really great game. Our last game versus the Mystics, I thought we were really good. I thought we started to flow a little bit better on offense. We played with a little
It's because Ari McDonald was there.
more pace, but it wasn't just offense. I thought we could have played a lot better defensively. So I think just those little areas that we could have cleaned up, that whether I'm out there or not, like, those are things that we could do better and be better in. And Steph has really challenged them, and I thought we've had great intensity in our practices, so that's been awesome to see. But I think everybody's kind of just stepped up and adjusted to it, and I'm just really proud of them for staying resilient and really just battling, and happy we beat the Mystics, but now focusing on Chicago and hopefully getting a win there too.
What have you seen from Ari kind of coming in on Sunday, having 2 days, and then
Yeah.
on Tuesday?
Well, I could tell before her first practice, she definitely watched some film. She knew exactly what we were doing on offense. She knew.
But yeah, it's an interesting one. I think there's a next to 0% chance. I think there's close to a 0% chance that we see. I really don't think there's a 0% chance we see Caitlin Clark on Tuesday. For me, it just doesn't make any sense. Any sense at all, for being honest. But anyway, yeah. That's pretty much it, lads. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. And as always, thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And my computer's banjaxed again. Great. That's exactly what we didn't want to see here. Apologies, lads. Apologies. There we go.